the around 1 o'clock, I believe, 32 from 32 teams to these final 4 teams. That's around like 10 to 9 hours, 9 to 10 hours, I believe. So thank you guys for that. And again, I'm GS Asarwit, and if you guys would like to play with me, would like to play with me, you can go to the PGS Rift G Talk. The ID is 171-88811, 171-88811. If you want to play with me, GS Amplifier, GS Riku, Shinbu, or GM Cairo X, you can, well, go there. We also have the Pro Gaming Series PGS Rift group, which is facebook.com/groups/PGS Rift. If you want to, well, have your own, have another community similar to Rumble Royale, War Gods, even TNC. And again, this is, well, for my final shotcast for the day. Again, TNC eSports Cup 2015. The match between GameX War Gods versus Imperium, or rather, sorry, TNC Pro Team. Again, to recap, we have JLC in the top lane, Lulu in the jungle. It will be stronger for that Neely. In the mid lane, it will be Ravane on the Annie. For the bottom lane duo, it will be Achi and No for the ADR Corki and the support Thresh. As for TNC Pro Team, we have in the top lane TG for that Maokai, the jungle Rek'Sai for next up. Mid lane, it'll be Lonme for the AD Ezreal, and for the bottom lane duo, it will be Epic and Carl for the ADR Kog'Maw and the support Sion. So let's break it down. Alright, before that, let's fix first these scruffy little things right here. Alright, so to put in these analysis, there's a lot of 80 damage coming out of TNC Pro Team. They did go in again for that duo composition, so they have this, well, let's say 50 to 20 minutes of time bomb to get in their items and start rolling, because the composition for War Gods is so initiation heavy. You have the flash in Timber Stun from Ravane that would get a lot of picks off, and then they have stronger for that jungle Nidalee, having in that long range poke, and of course we have the mid game Spike Corki with that 24's own one build, and then initiation and good amounts of utility coming in from JLC with that Lulu, and now, or no rather, with the support. It's going to be a mirror invade. Both teams just putting in these defensive wards, trying to see if there's going to either be a lane swap or some aggressive stance. But I think, yes, I think they do know that GameX War Gods are in the bottom side of the river, and they're going to start up in the top lane. And it's going to actually be a lane swap. So I did expect this to happen because there's so much lane dominance with a Thresh Corki duo compared to the Maokai, the Sion and Kog'Maw duo, because Kog'Maw, if he gets hooked in, gives so much free time for Achi to get hits onto him. And what's going to happen right now is, well, it's going to be a... Okay, so it's going to be the butter system for Carl and Nixta, which means that they can go get in another early gank. And smart play there here by TG, using his saplings to be able to get level 2 in the Raptor Cap. And Raptor Cap, if you guys know, in the 5.5 patch, has been nerfed in terms of the damage output. And actually, it's similar playstyles right now. They're using the supports to go in with the jungler. And I think, yes, Carl will try to get in this blue buff. And same with what Stronger will do as well. So, wow, mirror matchups for these two teams. Or rather, mirror playstyle for these two teams. Okay, so it's going to be heavily a farm fest here. But, oh, JLC tried to stop it, but Carl is so huge right now. Level 1 against a level 1 Lulu. Can't do too much at all. Roar of the Slayer, just a exiting present there by Carl. Though there's going to be a CS advantage already and level advantage for TG because he is that Maokai, being able to get in a very fast clear into one camp with those saplings, able to get the level 2 in pretty quickly. And now No will go back to the bottom lane, but here comes a gank by Nexta, and Carl will force Revade to flash, but will they capitalize on this? Yes, they will. Carl's so tanky, even though he's only level 2, gives Lonme a early first blood there. Nice, very, very nice gank there by the jungler of TNC Pro Team. Right now, in terms of CS, the ADRs are the same, so we'll see what happens. Carl will die to this, most definitely, and he's going to... will he get level 3 from this? I'm not sure. He's level 2 already, and... no, 50% XP only. Oh, nice hook there by No. Will they force the flash out of TG? I don't think they will, but they put the fear of, well, Quirky and Thresh combo onto him with that hook. Nice ward here by, I believe it is No, putting in that lane ward to see if Nexta would try to go in and get a gank. Alright, so after that first blood, doesn't seem that there will be another early skirmish right now. Though the mid lane Ravane does have a bad like best kill me right now sign, because he is, well, doesn't have his flash, and also his wave is going to go into his turret, and Carl's been actually farming only into the jungle right now. He's not actually going into the bottom lane because, well, TG can just solo on his own, and then, well, you don't want to actually go for that. Whoa, Stronger trying to go in, but TG follows it up. TG has so much damage output right now, but Lonme doesn't try to do anything because No is in the mid lane. Does get the stun onto Lonme there, but Nexta is here in the vicinity, so a very nice play here by Carl to try and just let his solo lane, because Epic is, well, practically safe in the top lane. Even though he's a outlaw, there's no aggression that can be put onto him because Nexta is dealing with, Stronger is dealing with Nexta's aggression right now. So what they can try to do is just give Epic so much experience and, well, farm in the top lane. In terms of that, they're giving Ashi the same kind of treatment. And, well, look at this. Level 6 already for Epic, and Achi almost level 6 as well. Possibly one more wave would suffice. Right, so in terms of the top laners, TG has been farming pretty well. JLC not too far behind, only 4 CS behind Ravane. Winning in terms of the CS though, but he's being harassed back and forth by Lonme because he doesn't have that flash anymore. So we'll just wait. There is an unburst advantage in the bottom lane for Morgoth, so they can't force a DR right now. Stronger a bit more off than he can chew, and Carl just deals so much damage back onto him. Carl will just waddle on back. Alright, so we'll just have to wait. Epic trying to be harassed down by JLC. JLC puts a huge chunk of damage onto him, but he won't be able to force anything. Stronger forced to flash away. Imperium Carl is here. Oh, Lonme, a little bit too late there, but oh, nice stun by Ravane. Will Carl kill Stronger? Stronger a little bit too far out. Nice death sentence to just stop the glory and death passive of Carl. Little bit of a misplay there by Lonme, using that True Shot Barrage a little bit too prematurely, or rather not positioning it well enough that he didn't get the execute kill onto Stronger. So 1 for 1 in terms of kills. The kill did go into Stronger's hands, so he's going to get his items a little bit quicker than Nexta. So we'll see what happens. Alright, so this is going to be a farm fest in the top lane, and then farm fest as well in the bottom lane. 68 CS, 67 CS, all CS is almost the same right now. Kills as well are identical. We'll see what happens. Personally, I think it's going to boil down to the first dragon to see who's going to have the advantage of this game early on. Alright, so again, just a little bit of a tussle in the top lane. You can see here in terms of the wardings for TNC Pro Team, they are, well, they do have this Scuttler Ward, which will time out in a few seconds. Void Rush comes out of Rek'Sai, but only uses it to, well, get back into the jungle pretty quickly. He will have that Raptor buff for himself to be able to see the ward there. Puts a pink ward over there, so only defensive wardings from both these teams. No aggressive stances just yet. And maybe it's just me, but I feel it as well. This has been a stressful day for the caster, for me as a caster, but, well, I think, or I know as well, that it's going to be a stressful day as well for these pro players. Having in so much, well, games to play, and this is their last game. They want to play this a little bit slower, so they're going to, well, play this methodically. And you can see here that Efik is just soaking up the damage, not letting the turret, or rather the minions go into the turret range, which is one of the techniques that the ADR does do around level 1 and can progress throughout the game. But Ravane, no, and Stronger, looks like they want to go in onto Lonme here, but Lonme does see this. He can Arcane Shift out, and oh, here comes Ravane. Does have that barrier just out, saves it, but does use the Ignite, or rather the Flash. He still survives, but in the bottom lane, there is a tussle. Achi, super low HP, does use his heal and Flash. Now Efik, will he die? Yes, I believe he will. Stronger gets the kill, and that's the first game, or rather the second, or third kill, rather, of the game. And this will instantly result into a dragon. So I was partially correct that it will boil down to the first dragon who will get like the next kill. This does result in an instant dragon, but then nice play there overall by Ravane, No, and Stronger to try and initiate. They did put out of commission Lodman throughout the duration of that clash because he was forced to recall, use all of his summoner spells to get away, and then the bottom lane, I don't know, Efik a little bit too over aggressive there. They almost got the kill onto, I believe it was Achi, but Achi survived because he had the heal and JLC was teleporting near the bottom area. Now there's no turrets going to be killed just yet. Oh, they want to re-engage onto Ravane here. He doesn't have his flash anymore, and he will die to Lodme. So an eye for an eye there. You got the ADR in the bottom lane. We're gonna get the AP carry in the mid lane. Will this result in the mid-tier 1 going down? No, it's still pretty healthy, so it's just that kill there. Oh, he tried to use his 2-shot rush to get the kill onto the large raptor. Top tier 1 almost about to die, and TG looks like he wants to push it back, but JLC has a nice amount of wave clear with his Glitter Lance and components of Morellonomicon almost finished. TG bullying JLC out of lane. JLC still has his Wild Growth sapling for a gift there, so I think JLC will be forced to back away. No, TG actually just going to, well, recall and possibly get some items back, but no, he wants to finish this off. Knows that JLC is low in HP, and he can't force him to Wild Growth and then get out of lane and then just keep forcing JLC to either give up the top tier 1 or die defending it. Does get the hook onto next, followed up immediately by Ravane there. Lonme tries to get a kill, but they're too healthy there, so it's going to be a trade for the jungle of TNC Pro Team for the top tier 1 of GameX War Gods here. Alright, so Lonme just farming a little bit. He does have the Mana Mune, And want to see how many stacks he has. He has already half. So I believe he started around the 10-minute mark, around that time. So before the 20-minute mark does end, he will be able to have a Muramana if he doesn't get killed too much and keeps using his auto attacks and kills, which would likely be so. And right now, Duo. Oh, they get the hook onto Epic. Epic does have nothing actually. One more hit. Who will they not kill him? Here comes the re-engage to get the knockup onto Achi right now. Achi's super low on HP. He will die. Nice bait there from Epic. Will no follow-up in terms of death. And yes, 2 kills for standard top lane. Will JLC get this top tier 1? Doesn't look like it for this wave. Doesn't have a siege minion here, but yes, he will be able to get it this wave as well. So it will be a bot tier 1 for top tier 1 with the kill on to Achi and now. So gives them a 1,000 gold lead or 2,000 gold lead if they get this bot tier 1. We'll see. Okay, almost 2,000 gold lead for the bot tier 1. And really, it's just a back and forth match right now. It really just went badly for War Gods when they weren't able to get the kill onto Epic, and he was able to survive even without having to use his flash or heal. He still, well, got away, and then they were so out of position and used all of their, well, offensive and defensive skills to just try and burst down Epic that it just resulted in the bottom tier 1 and 2 kills for TNC Pro Team. Dragon will be up in about 1 minute and 50 seconds. So this will signal these two teams to start warding up the areas around the Dragon to have a foothold of vision there. Alright, so in terms of the items, well, there's nothing out of the ordinary. Typically, you'd want to get in those Ionian Boots of Lucidity and the Morel Nomicon to be able to, well, spam out your skills, and that's what a top lane does. Now trying to go in, Ravain fast on his hands, but oh, they get the stun! This will be a kill? No! Carl is here for his unstoppable onslaught, stops him in their tracks. That Carl, though, so effective on the Scion. So, mental note, guys, if you're gonna go against Imperium Carl, ban out the Scion. But with Longme going back into the lane, it signals that other members of TNC Pro Team need to defend their mid tier 1, because mid tier 1's like the most effective, or rather defensive here. Whoa, they get the kill. They're on to TG. I thought that he was about to survive there, but there's so much burst coming in from, well, a Trinity Force Corki with a Morelomicon Ravain or Annie, and the spears coming in from Stronger. TG didn't, well, nice try there from No though. Takes a huge chunk of damage. Will they get the kill all time? Nope. So Dragon will be up in about 19 seconds, and TG doesn't have his teleport up, so he has to walk there or try to stop this top lane. Looks like there's around 300 seconds, 5 minutes, 2.5 minutes, 2 minutes, possibly 2 minutes left on his teleport. So, okay, he doesn't get the top lane right now, but there's a huge wave gonna come out in this top lane. And they know already that the Dragon is up, so they want to defend this as much as possible. So TG has to sacrifice the damage output that will go onto his tower, and the Juicy May is gonna hit there to try and settle for this Dragon. They are going to start it off, but GameX War Gods are on the side, gets a 2-man knockup, and oh my god, Ravain, what are you doing, my friend? You're gonna go down to TG, and this looks like it was a worthy comeuppance there by TG, and Longman gets a second kill for TNC Pro Team. Will they get the steal here? Not so much. Epic for the flank. Gonna go in onto now. Carl using that Roar of the Slayer to slow down Epic, and slow down No, and gets themselves a 3-4-0 with the Dragon and a 3,000 gold lead, 2,000 gold lead, 3,000 to like sorry. Alright, so 1 for 1 in terms of Dragon, but I really have to commend Carl for that initiation decimating smash, and well, just have to worry about the positionings of Ravane there. He already knew that Carl was here because he showed himself with the Roar of the Slayer. They already got slowed down. They should have tried to just back off, but Carl had so much time to put down his Roar of the Slayer, or rather put his decimating smash until he got a knockup. The TG just followed through immediately and got them 2 kills in an instant. And then Epic was just, well, he looked like he was going to go for what tanks do, which is zone out the other members of the enemy team, and he does it even in Cogmo form. They're trying to go in here onto the next. The JLC puts a huge chunk of damage onto him, though nothing will follow through. Looks like TNC Pro Team now have the confidence to try and get this mid-tier 1. They look like they want to get it to be able to open up, well, this whole area right here, because when you get this mid-tier 1, the jungle becomes a very, very dangerous place for the enemy team, or rather their own team, to defend if they lose the mid-tier 1. They have to ward accordingly if they want to keep like pressure or safety when traversing to their own jungle. Alright, so it's just TNC Pro Team trying to do what they can, or rather just initiating to go in on this mid-tier 1. It is 1/4 HP right now, so it will go down without further congestion. And good job there by TNC Pro Team, just taking a foothold onto this game. Dragon has been started, or sorry, rather Blue Buff has been started by Stronger and next at the same time. Who will this Blue Buff go to? Oh, it would go on to next, or rather Stronger. Good, let's say, play here. They don't need to have Ravane getting in that Blue Buff because he has a Morellonomicon, and Annie isn't that much of a mana-hungry champion like Nidalee. So it does make sense. The Blue Buff just go in onto Lonme. Does have his Mora mana right now, so I didn't know what time that came out, but I was correct, it was before the 20-minute mark. So the damage spike will be here. I'm not sure if he's gonna get Trinity Force right now. They're gonna go in onto Nyxa. Nyxa Force to use his hook, or sorry, rather tunnel out there. I don't think Lonme will be getting a Trinity Force when he comes back. Possibly a oh, actually he does. Okay, he had enough gold for himself. So the damage spike is here for TNC Pro Team. They have the Trinity Force on Epic. They had the Trinity Force and Muramana onto Lonme. So this is the power composition for TNC Pro Team. They have to capitalize on this and win the clashes, which they can, because I've been seeing inconsistencies in terms of the initiations by GameX War Gods. And of course, there are 2 beefy tank frontliners for TNC Pro Team, which is Carl and TG. You can see TG almost building up his Frozen Heart, has that Roa stacking 7 stacks right now. So in a 3 more minutes, we'll wait. And right now, they should either get in the tier 2 turrets or possibly get some picks. But while that's happening, TG is going solo on this top lane. Does have his teleport up if he is need be. And then Epic doing the same thing, just farming his lane. Actually might get a static shift. Just needs around 280 more gold for the recipe itself. But it seems like, again, GameX War Gods just want to get this mid-tier 2 and keep fighting. Though they have to be aware of the itemization spikes. But oh, Nyxa gets caught out here, forces him to flash. But here comes TG. TG looks very angry, goes in onto Ravane here. Ultimate comes out of Carl, hits no one. Though Lonme and Epic are in a beautiful position to be able to free hit from the backline. You can see there they're just going down like flies. JLC does get the kill onto Carl, but they do get the kill onto Nyxa. And where is the follow-up kills? No, they will not. So that is a 1-for-1 trade. Oh, Where is TG? He's like one hit away from dying. Oh my gosh, poor TG there. But he did what he had to do. And he was successful with it. Longman was a huge chunk of damage. Or rather, gets a huge chunk of damage. Oh! Wow, War Gods have 2 kills of their own. So that was the perfect time for War Gods to get those kills. They will be able to get the Dragon uncontested in 10 seconds because 20 seconds pa ang cooldown, or rather respawn timers ni Epic and Longman. With that mid-tier 1, they're still out of the game yet. I was so focused onto this duo 80 composition that I didn't see that Archie has his own damage spike with the Trinity Force and the Last Whisper, along with Ravane having, of course, well, the utility of the Annie for that support, letting Archie get in those free hits. They get the kill onto next, and Archie still very healthy right now. Imperium Carl, what can he do? He got stunned. He will go down to no. That was a 2-for-0. And the Dragon to the hands of GameX War Gods. GameX War Gods still showing that the reason why they are PGS 2015 Finals champions. Or rather, PGS 2015 champions right now. Almost a 1,000 gold lead for them. Towers are both the same. Lonme trying to check out if there's the blue sentinel up. Doesn't seem to be like it, so he's just gonna go up to the top lane and get some CS. Okay, so now it's just going to be TG. We're gonna just keep looking at him. He has been, in my opinion, one of the main players for TNC Pro Team right now. He has been tanking so much damage, initiating, and then next to baiting up, and then he can just follow through. But then GameX War Gods have Ochi and Ravane doing so much for their team. Oh, JLC is in a bad position right now. He does have his Wild Growth, does use it, but the Arcane Barrage, or what is it called? The Living Artillery does put out huge chunk of damage from Epic. Didn't see Ochi coming out. Does dodge the Phosphorus Bomb. Oh! The Rockets almost get the kill onto him, but oh, Carl, will he go on to TG? JLC, he gets the 1 minute. Yes, he gets the kill. Nice one, Carl there. And Ochi will follow through. So it's just a back and forth match between these two teams. Imperium Carl showing what he can do. Lonman a little bit too caught out here. Does get the Annie Timber stun onto him. Will he die to it? Not yet. They do get the kill onto Ravane. So Ravane a little bit too. Oh, ay, papito mamalito. They're going to save Lonman's life there because the spear was a little bit too out of range. But still, they did get in that 3-for-1 kill. So this game has been just seriously back and forth, worthy to say that these two teams have what it takes to go into the finals of the TNC Cup 2015. And I've seen the 2014 Cup. It was nothing to be trifled with. I believe it was Imperium Pro Team, main Imperium Pro Team, and then Pacific eSports just duking it out. Very, very action-packed games. Man, TNC Cup really living to its name right here. And right now, Epic farming the Raptors. Okay, so we're going to check in back now the wardings. Both of these teams have aggressive wardings everywhere. So they just want to have control of every possible position because the tier 1s have been destroyed. You have to ward accordingly. And, well, what this says is that we have dominance over your red side, and you have dominance over our own. Oh, sorry. We have dominance over our own blue side. Right now, there's a fluctuation of damage spikes. It's going either in favor of GameX War Gods or TNC Pro Team because of how they engage and re-engage. And we'll just see what happens because, well, it's really been either a misplay or a good initiation from either of these two teams. So what strategies can these junglers or initiators do for their teams to win? where Imperium, Carl, and well TG are already here to either Unstoppable Onslaught to engage or... Oh, Stronger, what did you do there, my friend? You tried to get in the harass onto Carl, but come on, man. That guy's a walking behemoth of HP. You have to just go downtown. And this might actually signal the Baron to be start, but this is proving to be a very nice position for Rivain to try and flash Timber Stun. It looks like he will try to do so. Does have it, but he is getting CC'd the hell out of there, and Longman will get the kill onto him, and Nexta secures the Dragon, or rather the Baron for themselves. 2 for 0 already, 3 for 0 if it can't. Stronger dying down with the Baron, and TNC Pro Team looking to have another foothold of this game when War Gods had a foothold a few moments ago. And now, it just looks like every misplay that you do will result in this team punishing you heavily. First, it started off with, let's say, TNC Pro Team getting in a bad bait there, but then it's War Gods getting in a good clash for themselves, but then it's Stronger getting picked off, trying to go in onto Carl, didn't even know why. Guess the bad, well, not actually bad, a little bit of ill map awareness was the reason why. They do have good map control here with their wardings, but it's getting warded out by TNC Pro Team. They're trying to control it as well. Dragon will be up, so it will be important for War Gods to get this third Dragon. It does give you in that 5% movement speed, which would be helpful against this, well, engage heavy composition to try and kite them away. And TG, or rather JLC, just does have his teleport up right now, so he can't pressure this top lane. Though TG has his own teleport up, so he can like meet him up in the top lane, and both of these top players can cancel out each other's top lane, or they can just like, you know, troll us, and when they need to respond, they're going to teleport in at the same time and just look at each other's faces when they're teleporting. But it looks like TNC Pro Team will get their second Dragon of the game, and GameX War Gods don't want a piece of a Baron up team with a duo ADR composition with a Trinity Force Muramana for Longme and a Trinity Force Bloodthirster Static Shiv for Epic. Oh, JLC here does have that Little Lance for the slow, though Longme and Carl are here in the middle lane trying to put him on some harass. The Hadoken minion, the Hadoken Siege minion is here, but Achi will get to kill it. Oh, JLC doesn't get away. He tried to do a swag teleport, but TG says nope, stops him in his tracks, and it looks like JLC will just have to die to the turret. Oh, but before that, he gets the turret as well. Nice going, JLC, but the Living Artillery will get the kill. No, it's again the turret who will get the kill. But, well, it wasn't the worst case scenario. Imperium Carl with the ultimate getting the knockup onto now. A secondary knockup uses the box, but the box has been opened, and the present is the Thresh. They do get the kill onto that. Very nice play there from TNC Pro Team, and this will signal them to get the mid-tier 3 and inhibitor, because 20 seconds respawn timers for JLC, and now, which is actually the only two let's say champions or players in GameX War Gods disposal that can have CC, which is the box and the wild growth, to stop someone from coming into these very thick, very narrow spaces. Alright, so Rivain tried to do what he can, but he just forced it too much. It was read through by TNC Pro Team, and they're going to get in this middle inhibitor. Epic just doing what he can in the backline, putting so much damage, and the fear of the Kog'Maw into their hearts. Will they get this mid inhibitor? No, they do not. They get the kill onto Rivain with the price of Carl dying, but they also got the mid tier 3. So I would say mission accomplished. And now it looks like GameX War Gods have a mission impossible right now. They have to Tom Cruise their way into victory right now. Like 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10. Because the composition right now of TNC Pro Team is, well, it's a snowball composition. When TG starts to get fed, he gets tankier, and then Lonme and Epic will just follow up in terms of the damage. But as for War Gods, they had the damage spike. They have the initiation, though it's so readable right now. They have, let's say, 1 or 2 ways of initiation. That's having the death sentence from No and Rivain's flash Tibber stun. But most players right now have been accustomed to how an Annie player can do that. It's just, well, flash Tibber stun. And there's so much mobility for Lonme to dodge that, and Epic has a Bloodthirster to be able to, well, soak up the initial damage with the Bloodthirster shield. So, oh, sorry about that. So, doesn't matter so much right now. We'll see what happens, what GameX War Gods can actually do right now. They're 5,000 gold behind, but it doesn't feel like that way because of how their compositions are built. They're just trying to, well, trying to play through it. It will possibly be a top lane push, or actually no, it will be a mid lane push to get in that inhibitor in the mid lane. Rivain does show himself in the bottom lane, so there's a path here for TNC Pro Team to push in. Rivain is now here, but there's such a huge item deficit for GameX War Gods to try and haphazardly force another Annie flash stun, but Rivain has no flash. So looks like they will be getting this mid inhibitor without any hindrance from GameX War Gods, and then transition to the top lane. This is the correct way to do anything actually for Lonme. Gets there a huge chunk of damage, but he has his own Bloodthirster. Makes him harder to kill, and he can just, well, lifesteal back up to health with just a few minion hits. They're going to get in the top tier 2 and keep pushing on. They're still pretty healthy. They have oh, Nexta gets a good spear to the face and doesn't, well, goes to like 50% HP below. So I'm not sure why that happened. He does have a Spectre's Hell and Mercury Treads, but you really have to respect a Archangel Staff, or rather Seraph's Embrace, Morellonomicon, Magus Enchantment, Needly. Baron will be up in 20 seconds, so this will be the point of contention for GameX War Gods. They have to ward up this Baron, but look at this. No is very afraid, knows that someone is just right there waiting for him to, well, do something. But they do have the Scrying Orb, and I think Achi will try to use it right now. They do know that TNC Pro Team have recalled, but they have a lot of mobility to get back into the lane. Oh, here comes the clash. Knocks up. Okay. Alright, sorry about that, guys. We are back. So I was just trying to look into kung merong nagbago masyado. It was just like you saw a while ago. They did get the kill onto the 3 members. Rivain wasn't able to do anything because he forced all of his cooldowns onto the 3 tanks of TNC Pro Team. And with that happening, they do get their 3rd dragon for GameX War Gods, but now the Baron is more important because the aspect of the dragon is still so far away for these 2 teams, and the middle inhibitor is exposed. It's just going to be, I feel, the last clash for this game. If anyone will get an ace, it will result, or actually, if TNC Pro Team gets an ace, it's going to be a straight mid lane push and the win. But if GameX War Gods wins this Baron fight, we still have to gnaw through mid tier 2 and mid tier 3 with inhibitor, and there's still relatively low cooldowns onto the members of TNC Pro Team, and they give up this Baron without a fight. And this is going to be the mid lane. Oh, Carl, you can't do an immediate drift to the left turn. Sorry, my friend, but nice try there. Though they will try to hammer down, or rather, just walk through Mama style onto the mid lane. Carl takes a good chunk of damage, but he's just so tanky right now that he doesn't even care anymore. And there's a huge wave already for TNC Pro Team to work with. Alright guys, so this is the finals for the TNC eSports Cup, and here comes TG goes in, knocks up, just keeps soaking up damage. Lonman in the backline just going head to toe onto the members, while Epic does the same thing. They do get in a 3-4-1 and possibly the inhibitor and the game. Epic and Lonme super damage dealing without taking any form of damage back. There's just no way that that Gaming's War Gods can, well, maneuver through this. And really, it's just Lonme, I believe, in TG doing all the let's say carrying work. Well, it is a team effort though, but you just have to see how much TG and Lonme have done throughout this game. And congratulations, TNC Pro Team, for winning. Ironically, the TNC eSports Cup 2015, and GameX War Gods are second in place, so congratulations as well. Victory screen does not come up, so I believe I have to try and exit and see if there's going to be an endgame score.